So, where in the world is Pei Feng Wang?
He broke through his carbonite encasing. Faye took his gear Veltal and went in search of Zohar. We followed Faye's trail. Eventually arrived at the location where Zohar had fallen to Earth so very long ago.
I gotta say,
Welcome
the way the song started, I thought I was gonna do the Walt Disney Home Video theme.
So yeah, welcome back to Roni and Lacan, our terrible friends.
Actually, no. We're past that. Though, I can tell a piece of trivia. We have been hearing this theme for a long while, but I never told you what it's called. It's called The One We Torn Apart. So, it's pizza.
What you think that is?
And the brave leader of this expedition is Choo Choo. Also, you may notice that Bart is back in his brigand gear. That's because after the events of Awakening of Deus, the gears have lost the Omni gears have lost.
Be the right place.
The Omni gears have lost the anima relics, so they're back in their base form. Wait for me. This is as far as you can come.
Why?
Rude.
From here on is my world. You can enter.
Says who?
What do you mean?
This is my head.
You're a subordinate, fake persona. That's why. Subordinate, fake persona? Yes. He is part of my memories from back then. He has sealed away the very meaning of my existence. My drive, my motivation, my subconscious id.
So you're a fake too?
Because of that, I became a basic blank persona. And on top of that, I constructed a new persona based on my experiences since then. That is what you are now. Him? You mean father?
No, I mean your uncle.
You call him father? You never did anything for you? It was because of his cowardly behavior. If only he had been able to protect me. If he had done that, Mother wouldn't have died.
So that's where this comes
Did my
from.
mother die right after I was born? What really happened to my mother? Tell me, Enid.
Oh, so you have daddy
You
issues.
don't need to know. You'll only disappear soon. Along with your basic persona, the coward. I lulled my being through the power of the existence. Huh?
Is that never hugged them enough, Shure?
Of course you don't know, but it is actually my metempsychotic memory.
So that's why he's short.
Your persona is fake, so you'll never stand on the stage of consciousness. You'll never be able to take charge of memories from our past lives.
Given what we've seen of Faye's mother,
I know the dreams and
wonder-
hallucinations. I've seen them many times. Then I showed them to you on purpose. To break the seal, I chose to weaken the power of your existence. If your mental energy is weakened, I can become free to do as I wish. What? There are still things inside you which you haven't been shown yet. Huh? Someone's coming. It's probably your friends. They must have followed me. Where are you going? I came to establish contact with the existence. To tie together all the threads of your memories since ancient times and then cut them off.
You've repressed a lot of shit.
That is the fate of the contact. All is ready. It's time for the true awakening. I want to eliminate all those who were full of hypocrisy from the very beginning. Oh, wait for me!
You should really get yourself a hobby!
You just stay here and observe.
Oh boy.
But I can't see. It's in the lights out.
Phoenix, stop thinking.
How did he get in here anyway?
This is probably the last world you need to be in right now, Phoenix.
Look, I have my ways and my reasons. What you just need to know is that everything has a purpose.
No, I think what you need to understand is it's not worth it. Go home.
No, I have to solve this one, really, truly. This is, like, one of the most messed up cases I've had to deal with, and holy cow! 3D Choo-Choo!
Well, that's not even close to what we're seeing right now. It seems that Veltal is going through a literal metamorphosis.
Don't tell me it's literally gonna merge with the robot.
Is that Shufei? Hey, then this is Veltal? Soon I'll be a beautiful butterfly.
Basically, it's kind of like that, an actual
Can't imagine a
metamorphosis.
fate with butterfly.
Let me guess, this will be Veltal's equivalent to becoming an Omnigear, like, except, organic.
I don't know about beautiful though.
It depends, Jova. The Omnigear was labeled as such because it was powered by an animal relic. In this case, it's the close present to the Zohar.
I'm talking
See,
more...
now-
And now,
beauty
ladies
the higher
and
the
gentlemen, the miracle and beauty of birth.
Okay, when I said a counterpart to Omnigear, I mean, gameplay-wise.
Something close to that, at the very least. But unfortunately, it's Eid. It's not really good news.
Well, we just have to calm him down. Without Ellie. Somehow.
And because of this, now that the transformation is complete, the entire cave now gets properly flooded with lava because it's time for the Zohar to actually emerge. And it's, the monolith from 2001. No kidding. You were asking a
With an
couple of
eye
parts
on
ago,
it.
Dej, about Deus. That's basically a dead ringer for HAL 9000. I will elaborate more, of course.
Not just that,
so far.
Teo. Honestly, Teo, it looks like the monolith that has the Eye of Sauron in it. To be
More
honest.
like the Eye of the Millennium from Yu-Gi-Oh! So
I
yeah,
guess.
final showdown against Eid in a more powerful than ever Veltal.
So the Millennium Monolith.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yes.
No, we lost Faye and Ellie. Yeah, everyone's screwed.
But yeah, regarding the previous part, I know that Jillo was making it more of a joke than anything, but at the same time, I'm kind of with his joke Ronnie line there. Like, Ronnie and Lacan are terrible friends. They didn't. It's based on what we saw about how they didn't even seem to try to console Krellian.
They just left him there to go. Keep in mind,
Jillo said as Ronnie, I'm sure this guy is gonna be just fine. I don't need to do anything about this.
keep in mind, at that point he basically defected for Solaris, so I'm not sure what they would have been able to do to convince him to come back. And Lacan essentially went on his own spiritual quest, as we will learn more in this part. But yeah, let me explain quickly. Despite everything, this is a battle that you're supposed to properly win, so thankfully it's not super unbalanced against you. It is still powerful, mind you, don't underestimate it as that, but it's a pretty much a fair fight, especially because, again, due to how the game is paced, you did not really have the much to actually grind, in the meantime. So the boss fights some of the boss fights had to compensate that and not be too much a hindrance towards you.
I will
Mind you,
say
it's still not, piece easy to just team rolling over him, mind you, but
I will
yes,
say
Pedro? Sorry, Jova.
it is a good thing that they do that because, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, one of the problems of this new format that the game's been going for the second half is that, well, if you want to do grinding, you better find a good place to because, well, due to how the story is, if you didn't get your grinding done beforehand, you're kind of gonna be boned unless you, do
Again,
something in, that one dungeon you
doesn't-
get to do afterwards.
Well, we did the 2 Animal Relics one, and I think there was actually another point, but again, not for all of the fights, but in order to compensate that, the game, some of the boss fights of the game are more puzzle rather than straight up actual fights, like in the case of Opiomorph, where you just need to take your time and replenish your energies before going on to the attack,
As for the ones that are actual fights, does the game do something like into Final Fantasy VIII, where it scales the enemies
No.
according to you?
No.
Okay.
Honestly, 8 is kind of like one only major example that I can think of that did that. Because most RPGs don't do that. They just present mobs in that kind of form. So if you want to handle mobs of that specific level, you know where to look at,
All right.
I love how the
I'm pretty sure there are some RPGs that still do that, But 8, among the Final Fantasies, 8 is kind of like one exception more than anything.
Remind me, did you pick this particular party, or did the story pick
Yes,
this particular party?
Of course I did, Jova. How could I resist making a party with Chucho as a leader?
Again, mind you, the final climactic showdown does in fact have Choo-Choo beating Id.
Is there something? Speaking of the
Yeah,
party,
I'm surprised. Are these like characters that the game told you to play as, or you could?
No, I just as I said to Jova, I chose them.
Okay.
And
Yeah, like,
Esmeralda, like he said, is because she's been poorly misrepresented, so I'm pushing her as much as I can.
Yeah.
speaking of misrepresented, Esmeralda is also kind of fell to the wayside by this point, hasn't she?
2 parts from now, we'll actually get all of the materials that involve her. Thankfully, the game still has something in regards to her, which was supposed to be even more, but they did manage to at least condensate something for her. But again, so I reserve any judgment at that point.
I do think now's a good time for me to bring up. No, I have had my bits talking about how maybe the creator did not, maybe he didn't adapt to the whole changes the best he can. However, I do think it's also fair and really necessary at this point to really consider the fact that is this more his fault for not being able to adapt well, or is it more Square Enix's fault for really pulling the rug out from under him? Like, okay, look, I can understand saying he can't get the other games. However, forcing him to rush this because of Square's own screw-ups with stuff like
We already
having children, the
discussed that,
spirits within him, and whatnot.
15 parts ago, Jova, and we went to the conclusion that yes, it was pretty much the company's fault.
Yeah, it's one of those cases.
Yes, doing
Yeah.
the Credence Lab section.
Keep in mind,
Yeah,
it
we
has
did.
been a long, long time since we were...
Again,
at that
audience,
point.
you're not seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, okay, it's two things. One, what Jova said, yes, Square should have at the very least try to at the very least be a bit more supportive. But at the same time, you can also maybe argue that Takahashi. Well, again, you can also Takahashi was inexperienced at the time. This was his first time directing a game, and also when he realized things, he probably
Hold on.
should have.
Because Wise Man has a right to save the day.
Nice.
Are you okay?
Oh, sorry, Wiseman. Sorry.
It's already too late. Assist me, for I'm about to exterminate it.
Why, you're a Dalek now.
Zohar is Deus Core. The slave generators and ether. It's the source of all their energy. After attaining its power, the freshly awakened Eden comes to annihilate this world.
Jesus Christ, everyone wants to destroy the world.
Was meant to have been done after the unifying phase 2 personality.
Well, shit.
Oh, keep back. You again? You're always getting in my way. But I cannot be stopped by you. You can't even protect his own wife and son.
Oh?
You cannot even bear to show your face to your son. That's why you wear a mask, isn't it? Khan?
Dun dun dun.
That's right. This man is phase. No, I mean my father, Khan Wong. Dun dun dun! Wise Man was Faye's father the whole time.
Whoa, what a twist!
That's not true. That's not possible.
Search your
Grant is
feelings.
not
You
here.
know I speak the truth.
So he was really lying about being friends with his father because he was his father, actually.
From a certain point of view, Jova.
Alright, what did I come back to?
Wise Man is being revealed to be Khan the whole time. What happened to Faye? Id. Too bad. The new personality of Faye that you gave birth to.
Basically, she
And
was
all that work that our persona
There you
did to make him one perfect unified whole has been wasted. He will be swallowed up by me. I won't permit it. I will destroy you first. As if you could, city. Mother died because of your cowardly
Sissy?
behavior.
Sissy? What are we on, a
As
playground
result, you ran away
now?
from that reality by entering into his memories.
Right, another villain that resorts to trash talking.
And now I continue my existence
Pedro.
bearing all that
At least
hatred.
be better at it. Jeez.
He wouldn't be able to imagine what it's like.
Seriously, this is playground bully talk.
I wasn't simply working to unify Faye's personality, you know.
Oh.
You're the true sissy here.
All that you and I feel, the sadness, the hatred, even though he also experienced such things.
You know, you
Hey,
just kind of. Oh, sorry, go on.
Faye needs to be encouraged to build himself up in order to be able to comprehend all of this.
Builds character,
Faye
damn
should be
it.
able to understand all of your feelings now. But now you want to erase the one who understands you, to kill Faye. What is it that you want?
To kill Faye.
Why ask me such a thing now? My purpose is the same as his. Total distraction. That and that alone. Is this war so bad a place that there is only hatred inside you?
Yes.
You're the ones who made me this way. You and that woman. Admit it.
Ow. Well, I can't admit it if you keep punching me.
Faye, can you hear me?
I know
Can we
it's
do
been a
something?
while, but it's your
Please
dad.
take this fistful of memories I'm giving you. Become
me, what?
one with yourself and with me.
He's gonna punch him
What?
and give him memories.
Meanwhile, you freaking just stand and see.
Hey, wake up! You mustn't forget the one you love, Ellie. You've got to help her.
Should we do something about this?
We should
No.
do something. Should we do
No.
something?
Let's stand
Yeah.
here and watch.
It's like
tripping
it's like the Smiths.
Yes, this is inside it. A war filled with hatred and sadness. That's all that's there here. Yes, now I understand it.
No, it looks like
You're
you're just
crazy.
experiencing
Up
vertigo.
Here's the
Why you
story
hate the world.
about a guy
Why
that
there is
lives in a
nothing
blue
inside
world.
you. Nothing. Nothing was given to you. The pride of all the happy memories.
You're getting
And
beat
yet-
down by someone who looks like Axel went for an
It
alternative
feels like-
metal phase.
It almost feels good. Now I get it. There's no need to resist. I was originally just an existence that was created as a cover to hide it.
Or maybe it's lying.
So it will be better to return to that place. Let's come together to wipe away everything, including ourselves.
I'm blue.
That's you, Pedro.
Die.
Pedro?
I'm sorry, you mustn't forget the one you love, Ellie. I didn't realize who that
Ellie?
was.
That's right. Ellie!
So cheers your gut through to
I've
him.
got to save Ellie!
I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
you kind of forgot about her for a moment there.
I'm guessing the dialogue changes
What's
based off of who the
this
leader is.
place? It's time to meet
This
some
is a
memories.
cinema.
A bad one at that. What's he done now? He's only called you in here for his own sake.
Hmm?
This is inside the shell of your basic character, the room of the coward. I'm sure you've been here many times before, like before Kislev. I see. I remember now. In my dreams. Everything despised and unwanted he pushed onto me, while he shut himself up in his own little shell, the coward Faye. The basis for our personalities. Who are you? Ah, you're my...
Uncle.
Hey, let's watch this together. This is my most treasured possession. Ha! By repeatedly replaying the times he was full of happiness, he lives in his own happy little world.
Huh.
While I'm still alive only because of what's in those leftover tracks.
Inside Out, Faye Edition.
Here, I'll show you everything about me.
Starting to see what you said,
Sit
Tail,
tight,
about...
folks, because this is about to get very uncomfortable. There's a reason it is the way it is now.
Let me guess, Mom was pretty terrible to him.
Oh, you're not even imagine.
I mean, given
Well,
what we've
that's
seen of
what we're
Faye's
about to see.
mom.
Ours, without the apostrophe, please, was an ordinary family. A strict but reliable father.
Nice.
A kind and loving mother.
Uh-oh.
Up till then, it was complete happiness.
And then the Fire Nation attacked.
But one day, Mother suddenly changed.
That was Myung possessing her, wasn't it?
She was like a totally different person. From that day on, Faye lost his home.
Holy cow, Myung really is a crap mother.
Father was away often.
Oh god.
He has some important work. You remember he was an officer for
It's
Shabbat.
just like some versions of Cinderella, where the father's away instead of dead.
And in those times, when Father was away from home, Faye was taken to a place with mysterious machines.
I don't like where this is going.
Inside, there were many strangely dressed people.
It's a costume party, son!
I was gonna say it's cosplay.
Many types of probes were injected into Faye's body as the start to some kind of experiment.
All just part of the cosplay, son!
The test caused Faye much pain. Mom, help me. What are you doing? No!
I'd help if I could read the
No!
text.
See, this is just his punishment for forgetting
didn't
Mother's
come to
Day.
his existence. Young Faye had no way of resisting. But he was able to endure.
This is what you get for forgetting Mother's Day!
Eventually, the experiment became unbearable. Many people gathered around Faye. These people had a high compatibility with the animal relics. The psychic contact with Faye was to force him to awaken. But no one could make contact with Faye. The power drawn out of Faye, regardless of his will, destroyed them all. This is unbelievable. Mother allowed this to take place? Psychic contact? What do you mean by awaken me?
If you let me finish, I can explain.
To awaken God, everything had to be in perfect order with nothing lacking. Things divided in the past must become one complete whole again. Countless people died before Faye's eyes. Men, women, the old, the young, even demi-humans. Suffering, grief, fear, ecstasy, a variety of emotions and words lingered and tumbled about Faye like broken dolls. It was a scene from hell. In front of Father, she acted normally.
Huh.
When Faye tried to tell Father about Mother's strange conduct and the experiments, Father's mind was taken up by his work, and he didn't really listen. He thought it was just childhood fantasies.
That's the
Yikes.
year, everybody.
But he didn't have to endure the pain much longer.
Uh-oh.
Faye's subconscious discovered a way to escape from the trauma. He formed a separate persona to deal with things he didn't like or couldn't bear, just
Id.
like in Deadly Premonition.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
removed
say that
himself
earlier. I
from
can see what you mean now.
Malabar's way.
Yeah.
My role was to have all the things he hated forced upon me the moment they arose. From the time of my division from him, I was dominated by hatred.
Literally seeing red there.
That hatred naturally turned into destructive impulses. I wanted to destroy everything.
You need a hobby.
Mother, Father, the entire world. Finally, Father noticed Mother's odd behavior, but it was already too late. I had completely separated from that coward, my original self. The puppets were broken, and Faye's heart was too. What will make Mother do such a thing?
She's a bitch.
Mother repeated the experiments to study the power she knew existed within me. Yes, that woman, Mother, was young. That's a lie!
I called it.
No, it's true. Mother was young.
And Myung is now Ellie, who you made out with, and oh god.
She wasn't Myung at that point, remember
That's
that.
right. Karen had become young.
Of course, she's named Karen.
The destroyer of
mean?
worlds.
Karen
Karen!
became such a
special.
bitch.
Young does not have only one host body. Young's roots are sealed in the genes of all women. Only one of them could become young. It just happened to be Mother's turn. Only Ellie was special originally.
Oh?
No! Karen Young noticed that Faye memory time axis increased 2 or 3-fold.
That means something.
She then became convinced that Faye was the contact.
Contact?
Yes, I was the contact. That's why he called out to me. And why the time had come. If you remember, Graf came to seek Faye. Stop it! Cut it out! Dad, Ned! Mom, help Dad! Hey, Mom, why aren't you helping Dad? Dad, Ned's gonna die! Graf came seeking the power that exists within me
Voldemort?
to return to his own body. You understand now, don't you? Graf is Lacan.
Of course.
Yes, we, his descendants who inherit his lingering thoughts and memories from him, know only too well.
And his exact looks.
Divided 500 years ago, he will become part of us both. Lacan became Graf. He destroyed everything on the face of the earth. He even mastered how to possess the bodies of others by dwelling in their minds.
Wait a minute.
He was probably unable to do this after his contact with the existence. The bodies died, but Lacan's spirit continued living by possessing others. He had come that day to return his soul at last to the perfect reincarnation of his physical body, the body of Faye. Father fought him, but he couldn't protect Mother or I. He pitifully fought on while coughing up his lifeblood. Graf made a mockery of Father and Mother, would not even help him when he needed her the most. As for their son, he couldn't take what was happening anymore. And just like that, Faye had an ether explosion. Something that not even Graf could actually, resist to. So it was kind of chaotic. And among that, well, that's for later. He gave in to his feelings and released his power, and as a result, Mother died.
No,
Well, he
I don't
shows
buy it.
Mom. And he offloaded the results of his actions onto me.
Given what her last facial
To
expression
avoid
was.
taking the responsibility for killing Mother, he used me as a shield. I also killed Mother. He pushed all the bad things onto me, but kept all the memories filled with happiness and Mother's love to himself. And he shut himself away with those memories inside his own little shell forever. This is the place. What you see before you is what he made. He just keeps hanging on those memories. That's what this is. Stop it! Just stop it! These scenes, are these all there is to us? Enough already! There is nothing here, just a world filled with deceptions and pain. I can't be helped. It can be helped. This is our world. This is everything.
You need to get some therapy, me.
Yeah, a lot.
It's like Faye is the grown-up trying to settle an argument between the two kids.
I was a fool. It was all my fault. I was so busy with my duties in Sheva that I didn't notice Karen had changed. I couldn't save you when you needed my help.
So you're still a neglectful father.
Save me? Why bother saying such nonsense now? It's not going to change anything. The only thing you can do now is die by my hand.
So that does change something.
Even still, I'll show you that I can save you.
Why is he gasping like that? It's the mech that got
Yeah,
stabbed,
about
not
to.
him.
It's Evangelion logic. Dad!
You have about as much chance of saving me as looking good at that
Father's
mustache.
done nothing wrong. I know. This one is the real culprit.
Oh my god.
Mother and father had no choice.
I think it's more Myung's fault, but...
Also, Jova, you mentioned about the squabbling. It's more like Faye is the ego, balancing out the super ego and the id of his personality. So it's a little representation of the Trinity of Psychic. This is not reality. It's all lies, fake, a trick, all of it.
Okay, if the game could let me read a bit of it, then.
This is an illusion! Open up your eyes!
No, get out. This is my room.
I'm
Why you
I
had
thought you
what's
would
in the
always be with
balls?
me. Why won't you see reality? Happiness, sadness, aren't these all parts that combine to make the whole?
Oh my god, this really is Inside Out Faye edition.
Why won't you show him? Why don't you also show it what you always watch? No,
Yeah.
that's mine.
Come on now,
I don't
share!
want to show it to the person who killed Mother. You should talk. You're the one who killed Mother.
Oh my god.
No, I didn't. You did. I did not kill her.
Look,
If you two don't stop fighting, then you're both in trouble.
Yeah.
Father didn't notice either. That's why you killed her. I didn't kill her. I didn't.
Neither of you killed her!
Knock it off.
Literally.
We killed Mother. It's no one's fault but ours. It's not because she became young or because Father didn't notice. Don't look outside for the reason. Don't blame anyone but yourself. Yes, Mother was young, and I know that you suffered. No one could have endured it. But you can't push it onto it alone. We are all one person. We must all become one, right? Faye? Walk on your own 2 feet. Face up to the reality that you don't want to see.
As the movie projector shows!
Show them to it everything you took for yourself in their full entirety now. Again, this was the point where Faye had an ether discharge and even Graf could not even stand it. But among those there was that stray bolt. And what happened? Myung abandoned Karen at the last second.
Wait, was she...
Hold on. That's why also dependent. And just like that, it was all one he needed for Faye to become Id.
Weird, though. Something was different.
Wait, Miyan can just leave at will?
At the moment of when a body is about to die, yes.
Wait. How does she know when a body... Wait, hold on.
Lies, that woman, this scene, all illusions he made up. My consciousness can see through this trick. I won't be swayed. I...
Search your
Id,
feelings, Ed.
that's enough. Doing that isn't going to solve anything.
I wonder...
Mother saved that as the last moment. That is the truth, right?
What the...
The reality isn't all grim, Id. My power couldn't save anyone. It only destroyed.
And it was apparently going to destroy yourself.
I thought that I could only make a connection with others through destruction. Oh, actually, I thought it was sorry. So I had to destroy the people, the world, even Ellie. No, that's not the case. We can save others just as our mother, despite being young, saved us. Our power can save people. We can save Ellie. That's
Sure,
a
this is the
first.
therapy that they're getting.
That's a
basically.
first. Mother being so warm. To me, she almost seems too warm. Faye, take the memories I have within me. You must know what it used to be like up until now. Know our identity, about who we are, then figure out what ought to be done. Our integration is not yet complete. So, now it's time to see a couple of particular images through time. 10,000 years ago, at the origin of time, Emperor Cain and the 12 members of the Gazelle Ministry hunting down two people that look suspiciously also like Faye and Ellie. And with a single bolt of ether, killing them. Ellie first. Elohim! Go ahead, Pedro, because he automated.
Abel, live.
Then 4,000 years ago, in the Zeboim era, I just can't. Oh, I think that's you, Pedro. Sorry.
I just can't hand our child over to
Maria! No, seriously, that scene is almost identical.
Yeah.
you. Live. Give them a chance to be happy.
It's funny how I'm currently playing that game right now.
And 500 years ago, with Lacan and Mother Sophia. This is something that we already seen.
Basically, this is their lot in life. Just revive and watch each other die over and over.
So if I understand,
Live.
It's
Don't worry,
like
Jova. The next part is crucial to give the missing pieces of the puzzle. Go ahead, Pedro.
If God doesn't exist in our world, then I will create God with my own hands.
Fucking Corellia, man.
you
Shall we
have
help?
better chance.
Ronnie, should we help him or something?
Nah, he's fine.
What is this place? My execution site. Why do you turn on me? I thought we were friends.
Oh, for a second, I said, "Why do you turn me on?" And I was like, "What?"
No. After being this or who is it?
Not that there's anything wrong with that, Wibbs.
Yeah, of course.
After absorbing the powers from the Zohar, Lacan was not really accepted back from the others, especially because he was so filled with hatred.
and the whole destroying everything stuff didn't help.
Oh boy, as you can imagine, it not started immediately. Did I cause this? What has happened to me? What have I become?
Darth Vader.
Live life.
I will live.
I will live.
And yeah, after being transformed by Zohar, Lacan looked like he'd. And that's how he became Van Graff. Even if I go to hell, I will live till the end of this world.
Oh, is that why you're trying to destroy the
And if
world?
the world does not come to an end, I will destroy it with my own hands.
Get some hobbies, people. Better hobbies.
But these were just the memories, and the next part will be actually crucial, which is directly linked, because with this, Faye is about to integrate all of this personality into one single being. Again, just like Cloud, only this time he did most of the work for himself and did not have someone else do it, like in the case of Tifa.
It reminds me more of that Hulk comic where Bruce Banner basically had this big conflict between all three personalities of his, and they ended up basically coming to terms and becoming basically the intelligent Hulk that we see.
Mhm.
So, Tio, got an artwork of the day?
Yeah, so it's a concept art for Khan, face favor. Despite looking a bit like him, as mentioned, he was not labeled as a contact by Karen/Myung, and he rocks an impressive pair of mustache. But yes, this is also another bit. I might mention more in the next part, but yes, through a set of unlucky coincidences, Myung possessed Karen, as showcased also from the flashback of Khan Ramzus, as Krean noticed out. And she did all those unspeakable things to poor fucking Faye, tortured, abused, all that kind of way. And remember, Myung had some choice of words the first time she actually recognized Faye at the tournament, at the other tournament, when she said, "What a handsome boy." Again, as an agent of Deus, Myung is inhuman in all their despicable, unredeemable cruelty.
Which
It's not a
does-
villain you're supposed to even empathize minimally, you just want to see dead.
Also, apparently she doesn't even really need the female body to die to leave it. It's just as soon as
Well,
she's...
remember, she cannot self-destruct, as mentioned, kind of like the falsies of Final Fantasy 13, I know. But in that case, she was literally about to be hit by an ether discharge. She did exactly the same thing that Satan does at the end of Lords of Shell 2. She abandoned her host because she knew she thought it was about to die. And that moment, Karen still had a smile for her poor son right before she died onto his eyes. That's also why the pendant is important. It was actually worn by Karen. Not really any particular reason. It was a remnant of a sect of Nissan that just happened to her, but it became that kind of crucial symbol for Faye's existence. After that, we do know what has happened because it was told to us. Graf still managed to take the now reformed Id, exposed him to the Zohar factor, and then trained as a living weapon for all of those years until Khan managed to track them down. We saw a glimpse of that in an anime cutscene way early back in the game, admittedly, where at that point Khan managed to repel Graf, take Id, and create the Faye that we know now. And then he used the disguise of Wise Man to actually spy on him to check if he was still fine. For 3 years it endured, but unfortunately, as we've seen, history was not kind to Faye. But that's not all. We still have a couple of important things to understand, as in why still there are people who look like Faye and Ellie scattered throughout the history of the world. That's what we need to do in the next part, where Faye has a chat with God. So see you for that.
Why not?
Yeah.
See
Sure.